That's better than 29-0. I've seen 29-0 with Alabama. It's called LSU. Joel Klatt in 15 minutes. So yesterday on the final hour of the show, I told you, I don't know how this is going to work out, but the LA Rams behind the scenes are changing the culture of the NFL. All that no pain, no gain crap, it's over. All that you got to suffer to win in the NFL, nah, let those Northeast guys worry about that. What the Rams are doing behind the scenes, and I've heard this now for several months, is amazing. Very pro-employee. Bosses are friends. Take care of older players. Nobody plays in the preseason. Walkthroughs instead of hitting at practice. Very pro-family. Will it work? Will they be too soft? I don't know. But I did think it was interesting that as I mentioned this yesterday, Peter King talked about it last night. They had to move the NFL game, Rams and Chiefs, from Mexico City because of the turf to L.A. And Peter King, just so coincidentally, was talking about the L.A. Rams. And he talked exactly about what we talked about in our final hour. He had several texts. Peter King said, players appreciate Stan Kroenke, the owner. I just got a text from the tackle, Andrew Whitworth. Quote, just honestly so grateful to Stan Kroenke and Rams management. I just told my wife as they arrived tonight, I've never felt more a part of something special. We have an owner and a staff that takes care of every employee that is displaced, flies our families to us, puts them in hotels with us, and have our back at every turn, makes you feel connected, makes you feel appreciated, makes you feel inspired to give everything you got as a player. Stan Kroenke is the richest owner in the NFL since Paul Allen passed away, the great Paul Allen. And Roger Goodell and Stan Kroenke and Jerry Jones, they may have their issues, but they are all aligned on one thing, is that L.A. is the entertainment capital of the world, and the NBA has made gains on the NFL in the last 4 or 5 years because they are all in on the entertainment part of this business. And the NFL is still king of the world, and it's not that close, but Stan Kroenke's building the stadium in L.A. They're going to move the NFL Network there. They're going to move like every third Super Bowl there. They're going to put drafts there. The Rams and Chargers will both play there. They'll split revenue right down the middle. And they want to make it the NFL the #1 free agent destination, like the Yankees in the 90s for baseball. And so the NFL has come to terms with something. They're a TV show. LA's where all TV shows are mostly made. Netflix, Amazon Prime, CBS, NBC, Fox, ABC. And what you're really seeing the Rams do, it's a culture changer. They hired this young coach. They don't let players can't call him coach. They call him Sean. He calls them Bob, Mike, Jared, whatevs. If they call him coach, he calls them player. It's a whole different way of doing business. Totally connected. The opposite of the NFL. And by the way, I don't know if it works, but I will say this. Pete Carroll's pro player, got a Super Bowl. Mike Tomlin's pro player, got a couple Super Bowls. I think it's just taken the Seahawks and the Steelers to the next level of commitment to the player. It has a very Google feel to it, very NBA feel to it, but it is noticeable. Joy Taylor with the news.
No. Turn on the news. This is the Herdline News.
So, Ben Roethlisberger apparently tried to reach out to Le'Veon Bell yesterday before Le'Veon's decision on whether to report to the team by the 4 p.m. deadline. Here is Ben on what happened.
The thing about it is he's not here. He's not going to be here, so we don't talk about it. I texted him yesterday before the deadline, asking him, text him, tell him hope he was going to show up. And if he decided not to, I wish him nothing but the best. He was a great teammate, a great football player. To each their own on what they want to walk away from.
Did he text you back?
No.
Yeah, I mean, it's rough. It's sports is, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of publicity. It's a lot of ego. And, this is a weird situation. And, Le'Veon's going to get some money. He's going to get paid somewhere. I don't think he'll ever get this money back, but Le'Veon's going to get his.
He is going to get paid.
Yeah, he'll get paid. He'll get his.
Normally, I don't make too much of these things, but it's Ben. Kind of one of the people you may want to just respond to real quick. But he probably was told by everyone, just don't say anything. Anything that you say can get out there, and then it's going to be, twisted into something else. The situation is very weird, but Steelers are 6-2-1. They lead the AFC North. and they just crushed Carolina 52-21.
They have looked great for a month. Since that Atlanta game, they've been as good as anybody in this league, including the Rams, including the Saints. Pittsburgh has been, including the Chiefs. They have been lights out for a month.
And they're heading to Jacksonville, who, after reaching the AFC title game last year, are now 3 losses away from clinching a losing season. 5 straight weeks of losing has buried the Jags 3-6 in last place in the AFC South. Their swagger's gone, but players say they won't pack it in. They will continue playing with the urgency until the regular season ends on December 30th at Houston, including defensive end Malik Jackson, who said, "Our season isn't over. We just have to stop putting ourselves in bad positions, like letting teams get up on us, and then we have to dig back and fight." I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but I don't have a lot of faith in the Jags this year.
No, it's over. It's not great.
Is that
It's
like mildly dramatic?
That window closed like fast.
Yes.
Some windows slowly, Seahawks slowly. That one closed fast.
We used to have a window in my house I grew up in. Like, it didn't have the strips on the sides, the wood windows. You had to put the block under it.
Or it just slammed shut.
As soon as you shake it out, you remove your hands real fast. Yeah, I mean, look, I never believed in the Jags because I don't believe in Blake Bortles.
Yeah, there you go. That's it.
If they had enough other pieces around him to be consistent, then maybe you could make up for what Blake lacks. And I don't necessarily think this is all on Blake Bortles, but I just, By
the way,
Leonard, optimistic, I guess.
Leonard, they lost some receivers to free agency. They lost receivers. They got Blake Bortles. By the way, Leonard Fournette hasn't been as good as they think. McCaffrey's been the better player. So it just didn't all work out. All the stuff you thought was going to work didn't percolate and didn't work.
Yes. Finally, the Cowboys claimed an important win over division rival on Sunday night.
Yeah.
But not even a victory over the Eagles can stop Jerry Jones from fielding questions about the future of the franchise. Last week, it was reported that Jerry was interested in hiring Oklahoma head coach Lincoln Riley.
He's good.
To lead the team if Jason Garrett is fired. But yesterday, Jerry sung a different tune.
I think Coach Riley is outstanding, and what he's doing is real impressive. It doesn't surprise me because of proximity or because of his success. But when you start to conversations about the Cowboys changing coaches, that a coach of his stature would come into the picture, but total speculation.
Just think how Jerry Jones is so powerful. What if Jerry Jones was invited by the president at the University of Oklahoma to a football game, and Jerry said it's Saturday. I'm going to fly down and watch Oklahoma play, somebody. Just think of the fervor and the...
Oh, it'd be a frenzy.
It would be, oh my God. When you get as rich and powerful as Jerry Jones, you have to turn down invitations to certain events because you'll create utter chaos in your own.
Yeah, absolutely. It would be the biggest story of the entire weekend. Nothing would trump it. I just don't think that Jason Garrett's going anywhere. I believe it when I see it. Like he has positioned himself as the perfect coach for Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones has not shown any sign of backing off control of the team or football decisions. So Jason fits in that mold. Everything that Jerry says, Jason does, clearly. And the idea that he's going to bring in some forward-thinking, progressive, young, aggressive, young coach to fill that spot and make all the decisions is just silly to me. That's not Jerry.
He was even loyal to Dave Campo for a while. He was loyal to Barry Switzer, who...
I'm not saying he's not loyal. He is loyal, but in some of these situations, you can be loyal to a fault. But what is he loyal to? Is he loyal to Jason Garrett, or is he loyal to what Jason Garrett provides, which is a vessel for him to run the team?
Yeah. Joy Taylor with the news.